Right, we have the Coreophantha Mays tubacensis, Mammillaria carwinskiana, the rainbow, the Rigidissimus rubrispinus. They're going to be yellow spine, Wisleznii, Ferrocactus, and then we have some Ferrocactus inermis. These are going to be Ferro Wisleznii aojoensis. And then these are going to be East Woodii acanthodes, all from seed. And we got the Copiapoa maritimas. These are in bloom right now, just opening up early in the morning here. Have the seed pods there. Kind of zoom in here for you. You can kind of see the seeds all in the center there. Have some in that pod. Definitely some more seeds in there. Gonna pull these out here pretty soon. About to flower again. About to flower again. About to flower again. So definitely just collecting seeds on these. Sorry for the little plane. And then this is Hertlingianus Azuroceras right there, growing well. I have a couple of the Euphorbias here. These are my obesas. Have these out. Had them inside for a while and just want to kind of get them plumped up out here. They're going to be all of my Stenosarius thurbery. So those are going to be the Arizona organ pipes. They're pretty in the morning like that. More of the Rigidissimus. All going to be rainbow burst, Echinopsis. Definitely popping like crazy right now. A couple of Myrtillo cactus from seed right there. Then some different cuttings. They're cuttings from the Monstrose elongata, Mammillaria. This one just got done blooming as well. These are all blooming again there. It's all cuttings from googly eyes. Got a couple of new ones with these. They call them the Yoke non-chote. These are kind of like a little crusted Peruvianus monstros. Fairy Castle, and then just different cuttings again. Myrtillo Elite, got some Alba Chinocadnix Grisani. Those are all golden barrel, and then the Albas as well. Gonna kind of graft those up. Right. Then these are, I don't know if they're Peruvianus or Herlingianus, like hybrids, but these were in little 2-packs, a lot smaller. I've had them the whole growing season, so they've gotten a little bit bigger for sure. Got the creme spike agaves. These were all pups, but now they're almost filling out the 4-inch. They only get to 6-inch, like full grown, so those are all really good shape. These are going to be Trichoserius burgessii. So starting to take off now. They were really, really tiny before. Hutzumpoklii, mams, on the 2-inch pots there. A couple of Turbinocarpus saurii there. And these are going to be all Peruvianus. Got Monstrose on a bunch down there. And then others kind of developing. So interesting seeds to grow for sure. Gonna probably have to get them into larger pots here pretty soon. On the back there, there's some more Thurberis, the organ pipe, and then Myrtillo cactus from seed, San Pedro's from seed. And then this is a mixed Trichoserius from seed as well. Those are all doing really well. San Pedro's to the left, and then mixed trike seeds from Mesa. All right, and I have some of the Myrtillo cuttings. A lot of them rooted, been growing, rooted over a year, but growing really well now. On the blue myrtles, San Pedro's, Mexican fence post. At the back side of that variegated San Pedro, big Terschekii, my big Echinopsis here. That's in a 12-gallon, so always great with that. And then this, one of my favorite agaves, looks really pretty in the sun like this. This is the agave cubic. So really interesting points on it right there. Definitely wanted to show that because I love the agave cubic. Then I'll kind of wrap around and show you some of the others along the backside there. This is just outside of the kind of polytunnel right on the outside of the frame. And then I'll kind of leave these outside over the winter. All of these have been out for the cold part of the year here, and then kind of tuck all the younger ones in. Over here, you got the Cleistocactus straussii. These are all silver torch. A couple of them are reaching about 2 feet. Now, this is that. I had a huge pot of these that I got all of these for $25 on like a 3-gallon pot when they were smaller, and I just spaced them out, let them grow. These are seed grown Peruvianas, and then seed grown stenos. Don't actually know the varietal on those, but they were from like a random seed pack, but they're growing really well. Then I have my Astrophytum ornatums, and then different pharaoh cactus. These are all in gallon pots. A couple of the fairy castle right there, and then different pachypodiums on the side. Have some of the Echinopsis that are variegated back here. Just kind of have them tucked in. They're growing really well, but you can kind of see the variegation throughout them. So letting them kind of grow out in the shade a little bit. The Moroccan mound. Got a big ghost aloe that's splitting into 2 different heads here. So that'll be cool. That's in a big 5-gallon tub already. My Dioscorea elephantypes are back there, kind of dormant right now. More of the ghost aloes and euphorbia on the side here. Just some random cuttings kind of working on. All right. I have different seedlings here. The Leuchtenbergia principis. Some different gymnos. Mixed bag here. Super cool on the columna albas. I love how the coloring's going on that. Getting some sun stress. Definitely turning purple there. Echinocactus grandis and some Coreopantha maize tubacensis, but just a mixed bag. Some different pharaohs here. Those are the Stanogonum Mahanavigii. Hertlingianus right there, the Azuroceras. And then these are going to be the fishhook barrel Wesleznii. Canthocalicium. Then different Myriostigma, ornatum hybrids. Some different astros. And then have the, right there, those are Capricorn right there. And then these are Capricorn Nevium. And then some different little Copia poedimianatas there. Super cool. Have some of my grafts out here now. Kind of rearranging the other. It's the Turbinocarpus macrocelli crest. This one I believe is that's the Ritteri. So that's a Aztecium Ritteri. Steno Phil McCracken right there. Tons of little pups coming off, or little heads coming out of there. The Perez de la Rosa Andersonii crests. And you got Echinopsis crest here. Then we have a couple chimeras. So that one's going to be kind of the cross between a gymno and a myrtillo. The chimera there has a little gymno growing off of it. This one's got really cool coloring too. It's got some new growth and it's growing really pretty on the color. Kind of zoom in on that one. Yeah, super nice. But these are a couple of grafted chimeras right there. Yeah, and then variegated mam. This one's Euphorbia terraformis. And then we have the Boscana right here, Bocasana. I had a rodent chewing on this by the greenhouse, and it got a couple. It didn't get the crested part, which I was happy, but it took a couple of the offsets off, so I had to move it out here, have it up on a table. So definitely don't want this plant to get hit too much. Then we'll go over here to these. Put out some new ones here. These are 2-year-old saguaros. So just got these all separated and potted up. I have some Grusanis right there, some golden barrels that I'm going to repot. Kind of same thing with that rodent. Took a little freaking nibble off of a couple of the offsets there on the inermis, so I wanted that out of the way now, so it's up on the table. The Brevispinus Grusanis. These are Copiapoa dimianatas right there, Cocambata dimianatas. A couple of the Echinodes, Bridgesii. And then these are Gymno lubricense. Really cool coloring on those. I have some Echinocactus grandis. Gonna separate all these probably later this week. Myriostigmas. Those are ornatum Myriostigma hybrids in the back there. Some Echinocerius. Un Pico on the mams. It's from home plant right there. Some stenos. And then these are going to be bicolor Thalocactus. So I have Thalocactus bicolor, Thalocactus matudes, and then Thalocactus conotheus, which get really cool. Not to skip ahead, but they get really cool when they get bigger. Cool looking Thalos. So I have a ton of these that I did from seed there. Then different Unpicos again there. Some different Copiapoas and Echinocerius right here. Rectenbachii. These are Thalo bicolors, and then a couple of the Copiapoa maritima right there. I love my Tephros. Geometricus right there, Alexandria. Those are 2 are from seed. Hard to grow from seed for me on those, but love how those look. These are Pletacanthus. Echinocactus growing really good now. Love the spines on those. Some Gregii going there. Turbinocarpus valdesii. That one's going to be a hybrid Astro Capricorn Myriostigma. And then different mams that you're right there. Echinocerius. These are saguaros and some bicolor. And then I put these out. These are, I think they're Turbinocarpus paleanus. So these are new out here. Definitely, I just put these out. I have some Echinopsis on the top there. The purpurae. These are going to be Nodos, Magnificas right there. Melocactus matanzanus. And then some Lobivia aurea. These are going to be the Mam giganteas. Really pretty too, the giganteas. And these are those Thalocactus, like I was saying, Matude and Conotheus. These 2 in the center here that are growing really bigger, a lot thicker. Those are Pherocactus pilosus glossicins hybrids. So you got the glossicin, like the blue barrel, crossed with pilosis. So they'll get really kind of tall and thick. Some more Coreophantha. Then got some different pharaohs that I repotted. Ginsumaru, Mammillarias, Peppercanthus right there, Tephro, and then Microchely, Mam. A nice little crest here, Myrtillo, Domino Cactus, and some different Mams all across a Nodo Cactus. Those are those two pharaoh stenos. So pharaoh cactus, macrodiscus, and then stenocoptonganus. So those are hybrids. Thalo rinconsensis. And these are spiralis. Everybody knows those. Different Mams here. The Umpico just has fruit everywhere. Elongata, and then some different little trikes and Mams. My variegated Mam right there. But I put my, see right here, the Pachypodium lameri. So that one's growing really good. Got the Gayei right here as well. And then the three-headed lameri. Kind of tucked them for now. Gonna get some more space. Totem pole and trike. Gonna be the Castanea spiralis. Has a new growth right on the bottom. Don't know if I showed that before. Sorry for the camera, but a little crested one coming out there. So pretty neat. And this is going to be the opposite side of where those Myrtillos are. Then have, this one's the San Pedro. Don't know what it's crossed with. Starting to grow again. Got hit a little bit in the sun, but starting to grow again there. Different points. So I'm going to kind of play around with that. Flowers opened up more. Yeah, really pretty on those. That's going to be that Copiapoa maritima. Really neat. Kind of get all those going. Have the different, these are all little seedlings that I grew off of the variegated Echinopsis right there. So these are all seed grown. Kind of battling them out. Some different Wesleysnii. And then these are all Ariocarpus, Trigonus, and Retusis. So slow growing, just taking my time with them. Trying not to overwater. Yo. There we go. Got my crested San Pedro. Has some cool new growth coming off of it. Love those. It's going to be hard not to propagate those. But love how that's growing always. TPMs on the side of all the different Echinopsis. All the variegation on them is super cool. Kind of a mixed bag. Some different plants here. Agaves, Euphorbia, different cactus. But a lot of these are bigger. I can kind of move them over into some of the other greenhouse there, and or maybe front yard, side yard. Gonna try to move a lot of these out of here. A lot of the dragon bones there, Euphorbias. But yeah, rat's tail up top, just to show you the hanging. New growth on the monkey tail as well. So just letting those kind of hang out there, and then I'm gonna try to get like I think 5 more tables, 4 or 5 more of the folding tables. Spend a little money, get everything elevated, and then have some room for some shaded plants underneath. But trying to do it horizontal to the left and vertical here on the right, just to incorporate as much sun as I can when the sun starts shifting during these winter months. But yeah, just wanted to kind of do an update on that, let you know how things are going. But I will definitely be back next week. We'll post another video, and then thanks always for watching.